Welcome to North of the Broad. I'm your host, Karen Wyman, coming to you from downtown Buford and Low Country Produce. We have a wonderful show lined up for you today, so come back and enjoy North of the Broad. Good afternoon and welcome to North of the Broad. I'm Karen Wyman. I'm here today with Rabi Brunson and Susie Siegel with Agape Senior Care. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us to talk about your hospice service and what you do here in Beaufort County to help those people in need. Rabi, can you tell us about Agape Senior and if you're new to the Beaufort market?
Sure. Agape Senior is the largest healthcare provider for seniors in South Carolina. We started in 1999. We cover the entire state. Our hospice side of the company was formed in 2004. We are the largest hospice in South Carolina. We started in the Midlands with one office and have since grown to about 25 offices. We cover the entire state.
Wow.
And so we have offices here locally in Ridgeland, Hampton, Walterboro, and really here today to tell you about our office in Beaufort.
Excellent. We're happy to have you. But Susie, tell us exactly what hospice care is, because I'm sure there's a lot of people here in the community that may have heard the word hospice and don't know exactly what that means and what services are provided by hospice care.
Well, hospice provides care, comfort, support for patients with life-limiting illnesses who are no longer seeking aggressive treatment. And hospice is intended to provide care in the patient's home. Whether that be a residence, an assisted living facility, nursing home, or even in a hospital setting if need be.
Okay.
And this care is under the supervision of a physician with visits from a registered nurse, nursing assistants, social worker, chaplain, volunteers in the community, as well as our bereavement coordinator.
So there's a lot of things that go into hospice care, a lot of different elements for those people who need treatment. How is Agape, though, different from other hospice services that people may already be aware of here in Beaufort?
Well, we provide the same care outlined by Medicare that all hospice services provide. However, we are a faith-based organization, so that sort of sets us apart. And with that being said, we meet the patients where they are spiritually. We also go above and beyond as a team to really provide an individualized plan for these patients and their families.
So all around care, a great deal of compassion, obviously, a lot of coordination through the different services that you provide to the patients and their families. So how do you know, or how does a family member know when someone is ready for or eligible for hospice care?
Well, again, it's a patient that is no longer seeking aggressive treatment for an illness, and really someone who's on a continual decline. The disease could be cancer, it could be heart disease, stroke, Alzheimer's, really a variety of conditions, but it's someone who's on a continual decline.
And most of your patients could have had chronic long illnesses, but could there be someone who's had a relatively short or acute illness that also winds up needing your services?
Definitely. And what we can do is meet with the patient or the families, do an education, and really try to figure out if they might be hospice appropriate. They can get an order from their physician for us to evaluate them, give us some medical records, and then our clinical team can take a really good look and find out if indeed they are hospice appropriate and eligible for the Medicare benefit.
Great. It's good information for people to know who may be facing that difficult decision with one of their loved ones. I know that you're moving into a new place here, as you mentioned, on Boundary Street, right down from my office at the Blood Alliance. So tell me about that and the decision to move to Beaufort to start to provide services closer here to the community in Beaufort, and just what you would want people in the Beaufort community to know.
We're very excited about our office on Boundary Street. We had thought about this for a long time. We had really been serving the Low Country area from our Ridgeland, Hampton, and Walterboro offices, but we realized that when we came over here and wanted to serve this community, we really needed to have bricks and mortar ties to the community so that we could show that we had a presence here. The office will be used for many different things. Originally, from the start, it's going to be an office where we provide grief services, bereavement groups, chamber events, and things like that for the community. As we grow into the office, we're going to have a full-time staff just like we have in our other offices, which would be our RN case managers, our PCC, our patient care coordinator, our bereavement, all aspects of the hospice model would be in that office.
So you'd have somebody representing all the different assets and the facets of the care that you provide. Susie, you will be based here in the office in Buford most of the time. Wonderful, so you get to see your face more often. And if somebody just wants to find out or contact one of you, what's the best way to do that?
Well, here locally, we have a website. It's agapehospice.com. You can learn about Agape Senior as a whole and how we touch every aspect of senior care through agapesenior.com. Or if you have an education or an event that you would like us to help you with, you could contact Susie or myself.
Wonderful. Well, I appreciate both of you being our guests this afternoon on North of the Broad. Thank you so much. We'll wrap this first episode up and we'll come back with another guest on North of the Broad. Thank you so much.